and welcome to Source 16 News at 10. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tammy Hancock. New this hour, a Mayfield man arrested by authorities over a week ago after a nearly 2-month manhunt is now facing additional charges. After a further investigation, Graves County Sheriff Dwayne Redmond released tonight that 38-year-old Charles Rogers Jr. was served warrants charging him with trafficking and stolen identities, theft of a controlled substance, 2 counts of criminal possession of a forged instrument, receiving stolen property under $500, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Rogers was arrested by authorities Sunday, June 19th on Central Road while driving a stolen van from Nashville, Tennessee. Authorities launched a manhunt for Rogers and his missing daughter, 20-year-old Chelsea, after he had been on the run from police since April 21st. On the night Rogers was apprehended, he was charged with receiving stolen property under $10,000 and first-degree sex abuse. His daughter was found with him unharmed and reunited with her mother. During the course of the investigation, Sheriff Redmond says authorities learned that Rogers had visited 7 other states. According to the sheriff, his office has been in contact with authorities in surrounding states, and more felony and federal charges are expected to be filed against him. Well, the 101st Airborne Division spared no expense this evening when they honored 2 outgoing senior leaders at the local post. Brigadier General Warren Phillips Jr. and Brigadier General Steve Townsend were treated to a parachute demonstration and a multiple cannon salute. During the Eagle Honors ceremony, Major General John Campbell spoke highly of their service and wished both of them good luck on their careers in the military. Brigadier General Phillips Jr. became the Deputy Commanding General of Support in August 2009. Meanwhile, Brigadier General Townsend became the Deputy Commanding General of Operations in June 2009.
It's been truly an honor to serve in this storied division and alongside the heroes that each day go forward and protect our freedoms.
Well, it's wonderful to stand out here with my fellow Screaming Eagles and kind of remember what's gone on over the last almost 3 years that we've been here. So it's bittersweet. I'm happy to be moving on to a new challenge, but I'm sad to be leaving this great division and post.
Fort Campbell officials also inducted their 2011 champions of Fort Campbell this evening. This year's honorees are Sam Bass, Ed Arufo, Bob Setz, Shirley West, and Dick Winters. Well, we now have a few more details about the double murder charges that were dismissed today against a Fort Campbell soldier accused of killing his ex-wife and her former mother-in-law. As we reported earlier tonight, Brent Burke was supposed to be released from the Hardin County Detention Center, but the Judge Advocate General of Fort Campbell requested Burke to be released into the custody of the judge's office. The order also states any questions about proceedings being considered by federal authorities must be addressed by those authorities. Meanwhile, Fort Campbell Public Affairs Officer Rick Zepka told Source 16 tonight that Burke will be out-processed and discharged from the Army, but that he could not comment on whether or not Burke would be honorably or dishonorably discharged from the military. As previously reported, Burke was accused of killing his estranged wife, Tracy Burke, and her former mother-in-law, Karen Comer, in 2007 at Comer's Rineyville residence. After 4 mistrials, prosecutors were unable to prove the Fort Campbell military police officer committed the murders. A Christian County judge today continued the case of a Hopkinsville man charged with kidnapping and murder. Circuit Court Judge John Adkins continued the case of 44-year-old Tremel Smith until September 21st for a status conference to allow attorneys on both sides to have enough time to gather evidence. Commonwealth's attorney Lynn Pryor told Judge Adkins she sent a number of items for testing and she believes it's going to be at least 6 months before she receives the lab results. Meanwhile, Smith's attorney Craig Newbern of Lexington requested a bond reduction, which was denied by Judge Adkins, who told him to submit a written motion. As we previously reported, Smith is accused of committing murder on March 1st by intentionally and wantonly assaulting and suffocating Susan James and dumping her body on the side of Christian Quarry Road off East 9th Street in Hopkinsville. The home of a Trigg County volunteer firefighter was destroyed by fire last night. South Road Fire Chief Bill Schaefer told Source 16 that firefighters were dispatched to a 2-story partial log home in Trigg County located at 8507 South Road around 6 o'clock. He says a passerby noticed the fire and stopped to make sure no one was in the home and then called dispatch. When firefighters arrived, Chief Schaefer says the home was completely engulfed in flames and there wasn't much they could do. According to Schaefer, the homeowner, Cecil and Donnie Curtis, had left the home about 2 hours before the blaze ignited. There were no injuries reported, and at this time, the cause of the fire has not been determined. Chief Schaefer says Linton and Roaring Springs volunteer fire departments assisted South Road firefighters at the scene. Firefighters remained on the scene for about 2.5 hours. A Hopkinsville man learned the hard way that lying to police would land him in jail after his toddler allegedly fired a gun into an apartment. 24-year-old Edward Carter of Denzel Drive was charged with 1 count of falsely reporting an incident, endangering the welfare of a minor, and first-degree wanton endangerment. Hopkinsville police say officers were dispatched yesterday to Denzel Drive in reference to an accidental discharge of a firearm. When officers arrived on the scene, Carter told police his hands went off of his gun when he was trying to clear it. However, police say an investigation revealed his 3-year-old daughter got a hold of the gun and fired a shot into a wall of an adjoining apartment when he was asleep. Carter was booked into the Christian County Jail and was released the same day. Officials at Murray-Callaway County Hospital have a new way to receive EKG reports on patients in transit. The hospital is now capable of receiving EKG reports straight from emergency medical service vehicles with the help of digital EKG technology similar to the one shown here installed in the vehicles. According to a release, the vehicles with the technology can take a picture of a patient's cardiac status before they reach an emergency room. Hospital CEO Jerry Penner says, "We are fortunate to have such forward-thinking EMS teams in Western Kentucky, and we value their leadership and collaboration in this initiative." Studies show that treatment within 90 minutes of arrival can help save lives and heart muscle. Want a chance to win a new car? Well, the Trooper Island raffle car is on display today and tomorrow at the Kentucky State Police Post in Mayfield. This year's raffle features a black, shiny 2011 Mustang GT California Special with GT stripes and a charcoal black natural grain interior. Using advanced technology, its 5.0-liter dual overhead cam V8 engine and 6-speed automatic transmission deliver 412 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. The Trooper Highland raffle car will also be displayed during the Freedom Fest Downtown Street Fair in Murray on Friday and Saturday. Tickets to win the car are available for $10 in the front lobby of Post 1, located on U.S. Highway 45 in Graves County, and only 20,000 tickets will be sold. The winning ticket will be drawn August 28th at the Kentucky State Fair in Louisville, and ticket holders do not have to be present to win. KSP officials note that the raffle winner is responsible for all tax and license fees. The Friends of Coal license plate has been very popular and has been deemed the fastest selling plate by state officials. Kentucky Coal Association officials announced that 40,018 Friends of Coal license plates have been sold in the Commonwealth since the license plate was launched on March 12, 2009. Beginning in 2010, automobile owners who purchased or renewed the Friends of Coal license plate had the option to donate $10 to scholarships for Kentuckians studying coal-related programs at colleges and universities, as well as further promote the ongoing outreach of the Friends of Coal campaign in the state. Recently, the Friends of Coal license plate program added a motorcycle plate, and after collecting more than 300 signatures, the motorcycle plate is now available for purchase. For more information about the Kentucky Friends of Coal campaign and license plate, visit friendsofcoalky.com. And speaking of coal, the Kentucky Office of Mine Safety and Licensing is investigating a mining fatality in eastern Kentucky. The accident occurred at the Metalapan P1 mine at Path Fork in Harlan County around 11:50 this morning when a miner was killed in a roof fall. As of news time, the identity of the miner had not been released. This is the second mining fatality in Kentucky this year. Back in March, Robert Cook of Inez was killed in Martin County when he was pinned between a continuous miner boom and a mine wall. Well, last week we told you about the Louisville Zoo's newest cuddly exhibit, Knick, an orphaned polar bear cub that gained national attention when she was rescued in Alaska. Well, Knick has reached her new home thanks to UPS. The cub's journey from Alaska to Louisville was dubbed Operation Snowflake, and she arrived at the zoo yesterday via an airplane. The polar cub was born last January in a snow den her mother dug to protect her from the fury of the Arctic Alaska, and she was first spotted on Alaska's North Slope in February. It's unknown why the cub was separated from her mother and sibling, but officials say if Knick had not been rescued, she would have died. The 5-month-old cuddly cub will be quarantined from the public for a period of time until she adjusts to her new surroundings. Now it's time for the Hopkinsville Christian County Crime Stoppers Coordinator Officer Paul Ray with this week's featured fugitives.
This week, probation and parole needs your help locating 2 wanted fugitives.
Police are looking for 21-year-old Billy Lee Oliver, who's wanted for drug court violation. Oliver is a black male who stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall and weighs 170 pounds. His last known address was the 3500 block of Lafayette Road. Police are also looking for 35-year-old Sean Franklin Pernesti, who's wanted for absconding probation. Pernesti is a white male who stands 6 feet, 5 inches tall and weighs 240 pounds. His last known address was the 100 block of South McPherson Avenue.
If you know where police can locate these wanted fugitives, and we've got cash waiting for you. Pick up your phone now and call our tips line at 887-TIPS. If your information leads to an arrest, Crime Stoppers will pay you a cash reward. And remember, we will never ask your name, and you will not have to appear in court. Well, this week's Fugitive of the Week, I'm Officer Paul Ray for Crime Stoppers.